Buenas tardes a todos. Quiero darles la bienvenida y agradecerles por acompañarnos en este evento. Mi nombre es Alejandra Zapata y hago parte del equipo de Consejería Académica y Relaciones Internacionales de Colfuturo. Hoy nos acompaña Chen Chen, quien es representante de University of Technology Sydney. Nos estará brindando información en esta sesión acerca de la oferta académica que tienen disponible. Nos estará hablando también de cómo postularse a la universidad, qué opciones de financiación hay y también nos estará hablando un poco del convenio que tienen actualmente con Colfuturo, el cual otorgó 6 becas del 50% para beneficiarios de Colfuturo en Master by Coursework, 3 becas del 100% en Master by Research y 5 becas del 100% en Doctors by Philosophy. A lo largo de la historia de Colfuturo hemos beneficiado a más de 67 personas con este convenio y específicamente el año pasado fueron 15 los beneficiados. Es una oferta muy recurrente entre todos nuestros estudiantes y esperamos que esta información sea de mucha utilidad para todos ustedes. Al final vamos a tener un espacio de preguntas y respuestas, entonces si a lo largo de la presentación tienen alguna duda o pregunta, la pueden escribir en inglés en el chat que al final Chen Chen nos va a dar respuesta. Quiero recordarles que esta sesión hace parte de una serie de eventos que hemos tenido a lo largo de septiembre, donde hemos compartido con algunas universidades con las que Colfuturo tiene convenio. Entonces, si se perdieron de algún evento, lo pueden encontrar en nuestro canal de YouTube. También pueden acceder a toda esta programación en nuestra página web colfuturo.org. Chen Chen, thank you so much for joining us, for your time, and for your interest to present the institution. So, please, you can start.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to UTS Cufitural webinar today. My name is Chen Chen. I'm the student advisor of UTS International Office Sponsor Student Team. I'm here with Richard, the manager of UTS International Sponsor Student Team. Today, we would like to bring you some information about our university, our courses, admission requirements, and scholarship opportunities. Before I start, I would like to play a video to show you our beautiful and stylish campus. Well, I hope you already want to be here. So by placing our students to these innovative and high-tech driven buildings, we hope that they can enjoy the best creative learning experience. Now let's just briefly introduce UTS. UTS is located in Sydney, one of the world's most beautiful and livable city, which is also the most populous city in Australia. It is also the world's top 5 safest city and is very friendly to students. UTS City Campus is located in Sydney CBD, which means we're just minutes away from the best of Sydney, such as Central Station, Town Hall, Darling Harbour, the Powerhouse Museum, Chinatown, and so many other great places. So here, you'll not only study in the center of a fast-changing city, enjoy all kinds of food options, close to all transportations, but can also enjoy lots of industry and work opportunities. So why UTS? UTS is a medium to large university. We have more than 46,000 students in 2020. Among them, we have over 33,000 undergraduate students and over 10,000 students engaging in postgraduate coursework and over 2,000 students pursuing their higher degree research. Our community is very diverse, with nearly 14,000 international students from almost 120 countries globally. Our students are unique in the wider community. During the time of their study, they develop into creative thinkers, entrepreneurs, and global citizens. They are socially responsible, adaptive, flexible, and resilient. Most importantly, they're making a real world impact and are ready for future. UTS is a very young university and we commenced in 1988. But within such a short period of time, we have made significant progress. Today, we're recognized as the #1 young university in Australia and number 11 all over the world. This is according to the QS Top 50 Under 50 ranking in 2021. According to the World University Ranking 2021 by QS, UTS ranked 133 globally, which is a quite significant progress for such a young university. And it definitely put UTS well inside the top 1% institution of all around the globe. And when it comes to ranking, one of the things you should always look into is the details of the subject. The QS World University ranking by subject are compiled annually to help students to identify the leading university in a particular subject. It evaluates the research citations along with the result of major global surveys of employers and academics to rank university. So from this chart, you can see that UTS has particular strength in nursing, art and design, library and information management, sports-related subjects that are all ranked within the top 50. We're also very strong in other subjects such as accounting and finance, architecture, civil engineering, and so on. 100% of UTS research have been benchmarked at world standard or above, which makes us really proud of. We want to ensure that our students grow with as much hands-on experience as possible, making them to be attractive to the employers after graduation. So today we offer more than 180 undergraduates and 250 postgraduate courses. Our courses cover both traditional disciplines such as architecture, business, communication, design, and health. It also covers emerging disciplines such as transdisciplinary innovations, nanotechnology, and sustainability. Many of our degrees are industry accredited, meaning that your degree will be recognized nationally and internationally. So we always encourage you to do as many research as you can about what you want to study and how to match the study with your interests and the job that you have identified. A good resource is our course guides and a handbook that are available at UTS website. So just take some time to research. Now I'll talk about the postgraduate requirements. So in terms of enter into postgraduate courses, you basically need to be graduates from a bachelor or higher level of study, such as master's. We also need to evaluate your bachelor study to see if it is equivalent to Australian bachelor or a higher level of study. And for some courses, there are requirements for work experiences. Because sometimes if your bachelor bachelor course is not relevant to the master program, we might also consider the relevant work experience. And for some courses, portfolio is required, such as some course for design, architecture. Those major related courses also need work portfolio, sometimes personal statement, and even interviews by faculty's request. So for details, you can refer to our handbook. it will list all the admission requirements for the certain course. Apart from the academic requirements, students also need to meet English requirement for specific courses. We have a standard English requirement, which is for the majority of UTS course. It is IELTS 6.5 overall with 6 in writing or equivalent. And we also accept other English tests, including TOEFL, PTE, Cambridge Assessment English, etc. One thing to note is that English language tests should be taken less than 2 years prior to the application time. For example, if the application is submitted today, the acceptable English proficiency tests should be taken after September 2019. We can also waive English condition for courses that require standard English level if you have a complete and recognized bachelor or master where the medium of instruction is English. And in that case, you may provide a certified copy of a medium of instruction letter issued on university letterhead. Because of the pandemics, some testing centers are currently closed. So we give some flexibility and we allow some additional English tests for 2021 intake. For example, we can accept IELTS indicator, TOEFL IBT home edition, and linguist skill. However, these tests are only for standard course requiring standard IELTS, which I mentioned above, that require overall score of 6.5 and a writing score of 6. And also the test should be taken within 1 year before the application. And if this flexibility is going to be changed in 2022, we haven't know yet, but we will update to all the students and our agents as soon as information become available. There are also some specific special English requirements for other courses, such as Master of Teaching, Master of Pharmacy, or Master of Speech Pathology. And these courses require a higher level of English. So if you need details, you can just refer to our handbook and UTS website. So to support your study, UTS is making very big investment in high achieving international students. And we currently have agreements with Columbia to offer COFTURO UTS scholarship. We offer up to 6 scholarships for master coursework per year. This scholarship covers 50% of tuition fee for the course duration. To be considered for this scholarship, you must apply to UTS and be eligible for the UTS Master Coursework study. And meanwhile, you also need to apply for COFTURO scholarship back in your home country. The authority will let UTS know the successful applicant, and then UTS will assess your application for the scholarship based on the academic merit. And students with the highest GPA will be eligible for this scholarship. It's one thing to note is the COFTURO loan application will be assessed yearly from January to 28th of February each year. And the results are only available by the mid of May. So as such, because we have two major intake each year. So if the student is applying for autumn intake, which starts in February or March, we will not be able to assess it for the same year as the loan application result will only be available in May. But we can consider your scholarship application for the intake of next year. Besides COFTURO UTS scholarship for postgraduate coursework, we also provide 3 COFTURO UTS scholarship for Master by Research applicants and 5 applicants for PhD. Both of the scholarship covers 100% of your tuition fee. But just bear in mind that the application for research program are assessed and administrated by our graduate research school. So the scholarship for the research and PhD will be assessed by them as well. So other than the Coursework UTS scholarship, we also provide other postgraduate scholarship for students. This includes the Vice Chancellor International Postgraduate Coursework Scholarship, which also covers 100% of the tuition fee. And this scholarship will be awarded to the highest ranked applicant, which is very competitive because it competes among all the applicants all around the world across all the courses. And this assessment is based on not only academic merit, but also the response of the question in the scholarship application form. And if you are interested in applying for this scholarship, you will need to apply separately from your course application. And the application periods for autumn intake is generally from November the 1st to 30th of November. For spring intake, it's from April the 1st to the end of April. The second one is Postgraduate Academic Excellent International Scholarship. So depending on the academic performance, applicant will be considered for 35% of the tuition fee scholarship. And we also have LATAM postgraduate scholarship, which covers 25% of the tuition fee. It will be automatically assessed by admission team at the time of the course application, and will be noticed by email when you get the offer letter of your course study. There's another scholarship called Grant for Master by Coursework students. And this one is covering 3,000 Australian dollars towards the first session of study. And this scholarship is just for students who have complete an Australian bachelor degree or higher qualification in Australia. And they need to commence their UTS study no longer than 1 year prior to the commencement of UTS course. So just a reminder that if you have other scholarship or grant, such as Coursework UTS scholarship or UTS alumni scholarship, you will not be eligible for this scholarship mentioned in this page. And if you are a government-sponsored student, you're also not eligible for this scholarship on this page. UTS also offers scholarship for postgraduate research candidates. We have International Research Scholarship, which covers 3 years tuition fee, and International Research Training Program Scholarship, which covers 3 years tuition fee and a living stipend and OHSC, as well as UTS President's Scholarship, which covers 3 years living stipend. Since all the research degrees are administered by Graduate Research School, you will need to contact them directly if you are interested in those scholarships. We understand that there might be chances that you may not be eligible for the direct entry to a UTS postgraduate course, but don't worry, we have some pathway options for you to consider. If you are not meeting the English requirements, you can consider UTS College English program leading to the UTS postgraduate program. And if you cannot enter into the UTS master program directly for certain courses, you can also consider the UTS College pre-master course leading to UTS master program. So how to apply to UTS is really easy. You can just Google UTS International Apply, and then it will take you to the UTS application page. There are a few steps to apply to UTS. So after you have decided which course you want to study, you will need to fill in an online application form, and then attach all the supporting documents such as your academic transcript, English test result, etc. And then just click submit. Your application will come to us straight away. Upon receipt of your application, our admission staff will send you an acknowledgement letter confirming that you have submitted successfully. You can nominate an agent to in your region that UTS recognized to help you with your application, or you can apply by yourself. So this is the contact ways. If you have any questions regarding admissions, UTS course, scholarship informations, just feel free to contact us by emails, give us a call, or even had a chat with our future students team. So I think that's basically my presentation. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask us. Both my manager Richard and me will try our best to answer your question.
Thank you so much for your presentation. We don't have question yet, but I have one question for you, Shen.
Yeah.
Which recommendation would you give people that are in the process of applying for a master of a PhD about the time of preparation, about specific things? Which recommendation would you give?
You mean the, sorry, you mean the course, or?
Yes, which recommendation will you give people that is in the process of applying about the time of preparation that they will have to take?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. So I think the first important thing that is that the applicant should be very clear about what they want to study and how to match the field of study to their real interests and future career direction. So a very good resource is our handbook and course outline. They are all available at UTS website. So they can just do as much research as possible to decide which course they like. And then they can further check the admission requirement for those specific course, including the English requirement as well as the academic requirement, and just try to prepare all the required documents, and then leave us the rest of the things. We will just assess the application, and if they have any further information that we require, or if the faculty needs some like course outlines, etc., we will definitely let the student know and help them to maximize their chance to being offered.
Okay, perfect.
Alejandra, can I just add that
yes,
if a student is interested to study at UTS, it will be good to apply as early as possible. There is no such thing as being too early. There is such thing as being too late, because then you will miss out on starting. The earlier you apply, it gives the applicant a chance to be told what are the conditions they haven't met, and they can take the time to meet the conditions. It also allows the applicant to plan their life, to when should they resign from their job, how much money they should save to come to Australia. So there's a lot of decision making. It's not just about the study. It's about later, about living in Australia. So they need all those time to prepare themselves.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Santiago asks, I've seen that you offer different type of masters of engineering, extend, advanced, etc. degrees at UTS. Can you talk to us a little bit more about all of those programs?
Yes. So just give me one sec. Yes, the Master of Engineering Advanced is a 2 years program, and it is for it's just provide the students at a master level for professional engineer to explore their specific aspects of engineering in depth by undertaking research study in their field of specialization. Well, Master of Engineering is hang on, yeah, so sorry. The Master of Advanced is applied research. I think it's more research oriented, and Master Extended is by coursework. So it's for the student who have some basic kind of engineering study background, to extend their level of understanding of that specific area. There is also Master of Engineering study, which is a 1.5 year study. And it's also by coursework. Yeah, so I think if you're, I don't know what kind of background you have, but if you are interested in applying, you can just send us application so we can further assess your application.
Okay, thank you.
Can I just add, I think some of the confusion with our degree is that some of them are 1.5 years, some of them are 2 years. And if you look at some of those 2 years, one, they will have the word extension or extended added to it. The reason of that is that any degree that is 2 years or more, the students may be eligible for a post-study work visa. After they complete, they can stay in Australia for a further 2 years to work, to gain the local experience after their study. But to inquire more about the post-study work visa, they should inquire through the Australian Embassy in Bogota, so to get more information about what they can do. However, we know that part of the requirement of a CoFuturo scholarship loan is that they have to return home within a certain time frame. So we do encourage them to take up the study, get the work experience, and then go home and contribute back to the Colombian society.
Yes, exactly.
If they are unsure of what course they should apply, and that's what Chen Chen said earlier, just submit all the application to us, and we will look at what the students are eligible or not. And if we have any questions, we will contact the applicant.
Thank you, Richard. Sí, para toda esa información acerca de la beca de Colfuturo pueden acceder a nuestras conferencias informativas que tenemos todos los meses. La primera es el primer viernes de cada mes a las 8 de la mañana y la segunda es el segundo sábado de cada mes a las 9:30 de la mañana por Zoom. Todo esto lo pueden encontrar en nuestra página web colfuturo.org. Igualmente, si tienen alguna duda específica, pueden escribir a este correo. Yo soy futuro@colfuturo.org. Y ahí van a encontrar toda la información. Nos pueden escribir, les podemos dar toda la información acerca de la universidad y también le pueden escribir a Chen Chen o a Richard por información. ¿Alguien más tiene alguna duda? Exactamente.
Sorry, Santiago. I just reread our course book, and there's very important thing to note that admission into Master of Engineering Advanced is restricted to is only restricted to students enrolled in Master of Engineering or Master of Engineering Extended, and it is made by internal course transfer, which means if you want to enter Master of Engineering Advanced, you need to you cannot apply directly as an international student, but you need to be internal transferred from Bachelor of Engineering or Master of Engineering or Master of Engineering Extended.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will also copy the information on the handbook to you so that you can further investigate this course.
Thank you so much, Chen Chen. Someone else have questions for Chen Chen or for Richard? Okay. We don't have more questions. Recordarles también que nuestra convocatoria se hace anualmente, inicia el 11 de enero, finaliza el 28 de febrero con resultados el 12 de mayo. Entonces, también para que vayan preparando su aplicación y que también simultáneamente puedan ir presentándose a la universidad. We don't have more questions, Shen. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you. Okay, now Santiago have a question.
Yeah.
Yes, Santiago. Okay.
GPA scholarship.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Santiago, can I? Yeah, sorry. You go, sorry.
Sorry, Chinche. Yeah, we do have a GPA requirement. However, it all depends on the number of applicants that apply to us. And we actually select all the highest of the GPA student, and then we offer the scholarship. However, sometimes the scholarship GPA does move a little bit up and down. It all depends on the number of people. So we don't actually have a GPA that we release to the public, but we usually give it to the highest of all the applicants.
Yeah. Can I just add something? Yeah, I remember what Richard mentioned is the Cofituro UTS scholarship. But other than that, we also provide different kind of scholarship for students, like the Postgraduate Academic Excellence Scholarship, which can provide up to 35% of the scholarship, cover the 35% of your tuition fee. And it also depends on, we do have a GPA cutoff, but it really depends on your, if your bachelor study is recognized by us, or what is the grading system of your current bachelor study. So it really depends. We do need to see your application and assess it on a case-by-case basis. So we just encourage you to submit your application, and then we can further to assess your eligibility to the course as well as the scholarship.
So most of our applicants in the past, a lot of them who got our 50% scholarship have got a GPA of over 4.5 on the 5-point scale. However, there are some people who got 4.5, 4.6. They didn't meet or didn't get one of the scholarships because the number of applicants has got higher than the 4.5, 4.6 were more. So it all depends on the number of students who apply and also your GPA as well. As Chen Chen say, if you miss out on the 50%, and this 35% scholarship that Chen Chen mentioned in her presentation is a new scholarship that we actually offer because we know that time between a 25% and a 50%, there are people who just missed out on the 50% and has got high GPA, hence why we created a 35%. So it's sort of in between. So yeah. And I've also popped our email address in the chat earlier. It's called sponsored.student@uts.edu.au. If you have any questions, we don't care how big or small, whether you think it's a silly question or not, it doesn't matter. As long as you ask us the question, we can tell you the answer, because we rather you hear it from us than you making a guess of what's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And now we don't have more questions. No. Thank you so much. This is the email for Richard. The presentation was very useful, and thank you for being here, Richard and Chen Chen.
Thank you, and
thank you.
All of you have a good evening.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, bye
Bye.
for now, guys.